Alright. So that was a very short one, but I think that was pretty much the same as like the foundation. Like we got a good amount of information.
Yeah.
Alright, next one. The Valravn Corporation. Or Valravn. I'm gonna say probably say Valravn Corporation in the silent probably.
Valravn.
Valravn?
Yeah, Valravn.
Alright. Oh no.
I would weigh in, but I'm currently trying to catch a sturgeon and it's being a bitch.
Oh no. Okay. Overview. The Valravn Corporation is an anomalous private military company, mostly operating in political, unstable regions where the presence of organizations like the Foundation and the GOC are less prominent. Oh boy.
Yeah, so that's just going to be an immediate lawful evil. Maybe neutral evil, depending. But yeah, no, that's we already have enough information to pretty confidently say it's going to be in the evil category.
Yeah, we just got one sentence in.
But like private military company, done. We know it's evil. Moving on.
They are
we don't
oh.
we don't need to litigate whether or not the Blackwood Company is good or bad. We know it's bad.
Yeah. Anyways, they are mainly hired by governments to suppress anomalous rebel groups and protect their interests against otherworldly threats. Okay, so they would not like the Serpent's Hand.
No, they would not.
To be fair, a lot of groups do not like the Serpent's Hand.
I still find it funny how most groups only see the Serpent's Hand as the major threat, and they're just a small group of people.
Well, they're a major threat because they actually have strong ideals that they intend to act upon.
Yeah.
And said ideals are fundamentally very appealing to the average person.
At the bottom of the thing, it even says how its relationship with a few areas. Their relationship with the Foundation is tense, with an unstable peace maintained as long as,
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second.
The Foundation doesn't like them, but they really won't touch them.
Yeah. Alright.
Also, they're in conflict with the Serpent's Hand. Las Vibrowas.
Yeah. Alright. We'll get down there in a second. Alright. Valravn sells itself as a specialist in anomalous security and counterinsurgency. It specializes in the weaponization of myth-related anomalies, as well as paratechnologically augmented soldiers. The origins of Valravn Corporation can be traced back to the fall of the legendary mercenary jomsv order, and it is believed to have existed throughout history in various iterations. Valravn possesses a syncretic belief in pagan Norse determinism.
Now I have even more reason to have beef with them.
Combined with combined with hyper capitalism worship.
Oh yeah. Oh bam, yeah. We've got a How the fuck do you syncretize pagan Norse paganism with hyper capitalism worship? Like paganism, or specifically Norse paganism, I don't know about other flavors of paganism, but they are designed from the get-go around the concept of reciprocity, something that is in complete opposition to the concept of capitalism.
I think I know how those two would merge together. After all, there is a small section of Norse believers in the modern age that also believe in capitalism. The ones that believe all Norse people, like people who believe in the Norse mythology, should be a certain color.
God.
Yeah, like I know that those people like exist. The issue is like I take issue. Like I'm frustrated because it's not genuine syncretism, because it's basically throwing out the entire soul of
Well, yeah.
Norse paganism
After
in
all,
favor
isn't
of the
that one of the
hypercapitalists.
things Odin like travels and messes with people over to test their reciprocity?
Yes, quite literally. Like one of Odin's common things is basically trying to test people's reciprocity. Like the 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 sense within Norse culture to be generous to the wandering was very downstream of this concept. Oh god, okay.
Let's just continue.
I'm mad. I'm
You
mad.
hate them because they're like totally against the faith but claim the faith?
Yes.
Basically, yeah.
Anyways, which it uses to ideologically justify its mercenary business.
That what is it? They just like, oh, Vikings, we like Vikings. Therefore, Vikings were basically mercenaries. It can combine Viking as a concept with hypercapitalism and then try to put a Norse spin on it, despite it just not working.
Yeah. Their relationship with the Foundation is tense, with an unstable peace maintained as long as Valravn commits to operating under the Veil. However, Valravn's ongoing conflict with Serpent's Hands, with their cell vast fibrous, has complicated disagreement. This is what I find funny. This is only one of the groups of Serpent's Hands going against this corporation. Just one, and it's causing the Veil to be broken. That's saying something.
I do not mind the Serpent's Hand beating the ever-living heckin' out of them.
Oh, yeah.
Go Serpent's Hand!
Well, here's the hub.
Wow, they couldn't even be bothered. Oh, okay. You scroll down.
I just find it funny if this was just it.
That's it. They couldn't be fucked.
Yeah. How is it
How is it ye...
Oh, you got it?
Yeah. How is it ye ravens? Whence are you come... whence are ye come now, with beaks all gory, all break of morning? Karen reek ye carry, and your claws are bloody. Where ye near at night time? Where ye knew of corpses? I do not know how to pronounce that name.
Random Norse name.
Well, I was gonna wait for Hatchet to try to pronounce it.
Oh, sorry.
Hrafnsmal, I would.
Hrafnsmal?
Either Hrafnsmal or Hrafnsmail.
Well, you'd probably be the person who knows out of all of us how to pronounce it the best.
Yeah. Access to Rune's terminal home, which...
Rune's terminal home.
Mhm.
Why are we still here? Just to be the alchemist turning death into gold? Skald left.
Oh, we get history.
Well, access Rune's terminal, historical database. I hope to never forget your embrace, even at the gates of hell, from Jomsv with love. Skald Exoply?
Yeah, I don't know that one. That name does not read as Norse to me.
Oh wow, we get...
Oh, the bottom part of the overview.
Oh,
the
yeah.
last line is very terrifying. You never lose at war when war is what you sell. Does anyone want to read that in the voice of a fanatic? I can do it. I can do it. I can do it.
Sure.
In a world where order and civilization are nothing but mere facades over the endless abyss of unimaginable possibilities of the anomalous. It is only natural that those who have been rejected by the social order would look for answers, hope, justice, and even vengeance in the same never-ending abyss, empowered by the ancient thermal, therm,
Thaumaturgy.
thaumaturgy and occult. Huh?
Thaumaturgy.
Oh, thaumaturgy?
Yeah.
Okay. Empowered by the ancient thaumaturgy and occult science, the marginalized of the world may have a fighting chance to reclaim the so-called normalcy has denied them for so long. Anonymous guerrillas, rogue rogue thaumaturgy microstates, cultic drug syndicates, freedom fighters, or criminals, for the power that be, said the distinction is meaningless, for all of them represent a challenge to the fragile equilibrium over which the established order rests upon. Fearful but willingness to compromise, the rulers of the world dread the day they may not be able to suppress the fire they themselves are so guilty of fueling. But where some may fear the perfected storm, some others may see a business opportunity. How can political power be maintained in a reality where the anomalous exist? How to get away with keeping millions in abject poverty when the magic can gift practically infinite resources? How to impose arbitrary social hierarchies on those willing to defy even the laws of nature? For how long is it even possible to control a population that can learn to master fire with their minds? To turn into beastmen, to bend reality to their will? The answer is to fight fire with fire. The answer is Valravn. Valravn Corporation is an anomalous private military company. In other words, mercenaries, as a private army for hire at the behest of the highest bidder. It commands a highly trained force recruited from ex-operatives of the best anomalous and non-anomalous armies of this world and others. Specialized in anomalous counterinsurgency, Valravn is active in politically unstable regions where organizations like the Foundation and the GOC have less influence. At the right price, the crows of war will lend their service to both governments and other groups of interest to suppress any kind of anomalous opposition, no matter how stained and bloodied the task. Valravn will carry it with efficiency, professionalism, and secrecy. With a vast arsenal of weaponized anomalies, state-of-the-art paratech at their disposal. Valravn's division are among the deadliest combat forces at the level of top Foundation MTFs and GOC elite troops. But the military power of the corporation is supported by the equally impressive parascientific prowess. They are experts in the weaponization of anomalies, especially those that come from myths. Most of the deadliest Valravn assets find their origin in various world mythologies, reaped from their original context and twisted into war machines to be unleashed against the unfortunate souls targeted by the corporation. In addition, Valravn's Tier Project is the world-leading research division in prosthetics and combat augmentations. Those tough in unfortunate, those touch, those, those tough or unfortunate enough to survive gruesome injuries are gifted not only with recovery but enchantment. Valravn soldiers are not just equipped with the best weapons. Usually, they become the weapons themselves. Led by the mysterious High Table, the Valravn Corporation has been as described both as a cult-like business and a business-like cult. Ideologically, it professes a combination of Nordic pagan determinism and capitalism worship. This is the worldview that is born when the Viking version of the prosperity gospel meets the anomalous military industrial complex. Moral responsibility is an oxymoron in a universe ruled by the rigid laws of fate and demand, relentlessly pushing an eternal pendulum between war and profit. This world is in perpetual conflict, is a fertile ground for the corporation, always looking to expand on new ventures. For war is their business, and profiting from it is their sacred duty. The ethos of the Valravn Corporation is perfectly illustrated by two mottos. The first one, Odin Hjoerungavaag, translates from Old Norse as Odin owns you all, an ancient Viking battle cry that reminds warriors that all their lives and deaths ultimately belong to Odin and are bound to fate, thus freeing them both from the fear of death and the guilt of killing. The second motto, we feast on the battlefield, alludes to the carrion eater nature of corvids. As long as war keeps birthing spoils and battlefields, Valravn will thrive and reap the fruits of the killing fields. You never lose at war when war is what you sell.
So I think we don't have to look any further. We basically got where we're gonna put you.
Yeah, they're evil.
I would put them at neutral evil.
Okay.
Yeah.
I felt like a supervillain when reading that.
Yeah, it in many ways sounded like
Uh-huh.
to put into like the words of stuff I've been hyperfixating on. It sounded like you were a fucking fanatical proponent for like the Dark Lord Morgoth or Sauron.